Hey everyone, I'm Shane Snipes, and you're listening to and watching Sustainable 1000. Thanks so much for following me on this journey as I travel around the country. It has been a pleasure to explore this world of sustainability from so many different angles, from all these different states, from natural resources perspectives, from historical perspectives, and today I get a chance to chat with one of the experts here at Kaw Nature Center as we explore what sustainability means in terms of our natural resources as well as in terms of our historical resources. Because I think sustainability, a lot of times we think of it in terms of ecological issues and ecological aspects. And the economic aspect, of course, is becoming more important for a lot of people because of our current state of how things are. And folks will look back on these videos and be like, what was going on, back in 2010? And we're like, oh, well, it started in 2007, actually. uh, well, the economic troubles that people have, I know, have an effect on what we do with our natural resources and how well we preserve them and how well we manage them. Have there been any effects to what's happened here at Kaw in relationship to the effect of the recession?
Um, Not an appreciable effect. There is, of course, a movement towards staycations, and so we may be seeing a lot more visitors that are not traveling but exploring the areas around where they live. Um, and I'm not an economist, but it seems like one of the issues facing sustainability and preservation and conservation is economic because it's very difficult to compete with the dollar um, when you when you're sharing a concept or an ideology. Um, Usually, people are a lot more motivated to fight for their side if it's a monetary thing. So I think that's a struggle that people face everywhere. Um, as far as here at Kaw, what we want to provide is a place for reflection, for meditation, a kind of a reset. When you pull off the highway and you come out here and walk around and spend some time, it makes everything feel a little quieter and maybe gives people a little peace of mind. Of course, there's been lots of studies about humans' need for nature and their connection with nature, and the fact that a lot of humans are no longer connected in any way with nature, and what kind of psychological implications that might have for them. So perhaps if people are feeling more stressed out than usual because of the economy here in 2010, um, this is a great place to kind of maybe look at the bigger picture. Um, and there's an expression that may be overused, but it's if um, you can't care about something if you don't know about it. So the more people that are out here experiencing this type of environment and asking themselves questions about it, the more people that will care about it and want to preserve it for the future, and really the more people that'll take a long, hard look at their life and see what their priorities really may be. Um, so I think of that as kind of a service to the public, to Charleston County residents and all of our visitors that like to come and vacation here. Um, there's not enough places to walk and be quiet and think and reflect, and that might be the biggest contribution that we're making to the social conditions of today.
Sure, absolutely. Why don't here? Nick had this question. Why don't you grow rice anymore down here?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, down here in the region, we don't grow rice for a number of reasons. And actually, back up a little bit, we do. There's probably around 1,000 acres under commercial cultivation around the state now, and it's something that's just come back in the last 10 or 20 years. I think hobbyists got interested in the heirloom Carolina Gold grain and decided to plant some, and it went well, and they expanded. And of course, hunters have often planted rice as a wildlife food, so it wasn't something that ever went away, at least casually. Um, but after the Civil War, of course, there was no more enslaved labor, at least not legally. And if you could do any other kind of work other than rice farming, you probably wanted to get into that line of work. This is a very difficult job to do, no matter what your position as a field hand would be. A deadly place to live, before mosquito abatement and air conditioning, and so there really weren't people that wanted to do this work. If they